really just asked a lot of questions. I would say that was my best research. But the most intense research I've ever done was for the novel I'm currently working on, in theory. Was working on before book tour started, which is a novel about transformation through loss. It's set at a weight loss camp. And I worked at a weight loss camp for 10 weeks a couple summers ago. So that was the most hands-on research I've ever done.
Have you ever laid down in a gutter or done something really dramatic just to see what it's like for your writing?
Definitely never laid in a gutter. I have no plans to in the near future, but I'm open. We'll see. I would say, if you're going to talk about discomfort, I would say getting a job at a weight loss camp and teaching water aerobics was somewhat uncomfortable.
Was that primarily for the research?
It was 100% for the research.
Oh, okay.
100%.
Oh, okay.
So, and I had thought I was going to be teaching creative writing. And then I got there and they said, we don't have creative writing, it's a weight loss camp. And I was a water aerobics instructor. And I didn't even know what water aerobics was, so.
How did you teach water aerobics if you didn't know what water aerobics was?
I made it up. I probably did it wrong. I still don't really know what it is, but they gave me an award for it at the camp. So, I have found that if you act with authority, you can get away with a lot.
Right.
So, affecting confidence is effective.
Have you had any relationships primarily for the writing? For your writing?
Definitely. And if you mean in a dishonest way, I hope not. But there are definitely people that I've met along the way who became big parts of my life because of things I was working on. I wanted to hear what they had to say. I was interested, and then of course, I make friends with writers all the time. Not with sinister intentions, of course, but just because we click. Meeting other writers, it's like an automatic kinship, and then of course it also winds up being helpful because we can talk about writing.
Right.
So.
Are most of your friends writers?
No, I've got friends who do all different kinds of things. So I do have a lot of writer friends, but I wouldn't say most. I wouldn't say most of my friends are any one thing.
How would your best friends describe you?
Loyal and hardworking. And I'm sure that if they were being honest, they would also have negative things to say about me, but I'm not sure I want to even think about what those things are. How would your friends describe you? Close people to you.
Cynical, sarcastic.
Your cynicism seems willful, though.
Yeah. Cynical, sarcastic. I'm thinking probably my mother knows me better than anyone.
What would she say?
She would say interesting. I just went back to therapy after 5 years away, and I found this low-cost place where you get people who are accumulating their hours so that they can go charge the big bucks once they get a license. So, grad student. And she said, she'll find you interesting. Discipline. I find a lot of things that people would cry about, I find funny.
Honestly, or
honestly,
willfully?
Well, it doesn't mean I also don't think they're sad, but I would laugh.
Why?
I don't know. That's just an emotional reaction. I don't contrive a laugh. but like I think of people who want to reform me, and they're like really sweet people, like really good people, like very good Orthodox Jews.
What do
I
they
love.
want? What do they want to reform you to?
Well, they want to save me.
They want you to be more observant.
Yeah, not so like cruel in my writing, and be like shomer mitzvot, and not like clean up my act, not be so cruel in my writing, and that makes me laugh. It's like it's a really pure place that they're coming from, but it strikes me as funny.
Their earnestness,
Yeah.
or their failure to see, to not see it in black and white, or what?
Maybe naivete.
Makes you laugh.
It can. Like I'm a bit of a shark.
So
And
you,
so when I'm around guppies, sometimes it makes me laugh.
because of how easily you could eat them.
Maybe, or it just makes me
They
laugh.
don't know how close they're swimming to sharp teeth.
Right. Like I remember I was in Israel, Jewish Federation.
This feels like a scene in a horror movie, and you're about to kill me. Is that what's happening? I'm glad we're close to the bookstore I'm reading in.
Now you see where Amy Klein was coming from, don't you? I love to lambast myself. I just love to dissect myself in the most cruel ways. I remember I was in Israel on a Jewish Federation singles tour, and we were at a shelter for battered women, and this ardent feminist got up and said, like, some men in Israel think that by beating their wife, they're showing that they love her. And I burst out laughing. Like everyone else was like really serious, but like I burst out laughing. Or, oh, this is horrible. This is truly terrible. I am a very bad man. I heard Steve Allen lecture, and he was talking about Howard Stern and his negative effect on the culture. And he used, for example, how Howard Stern said during the Columbine shootings, like you'd think that these guys would at least have sex with the women before they killed them. Like I burst out laughing. Like, the whole room is a whole.
But that doesn't really make you so unique, because most people laughed when Howard Stern said that, and a few got offended.
Okay, right.
Because
I guess I was
people
in
are
a
used to
room,
Howard
yeah.
Stern. You were in a room full of people who wouldn't find that funny, but...
Yeah. But I remember, like, this woman telling me about a very painful childhood. Like, she had to pick cotton or something, and I like, broke out laughing. She was a white woman who had to, like, pick cotton in like, the Ozarks or something like that. And I burst out laughing. It's like, she was saying, like, I'm just telling you about the most painful parts of my life, and, like, you're laughing. So, I mean, but it's funny, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the story, and that part of it doesn't sound so bad. It sounds a little primitive, but...
I laugh at the most inappropriate things. Like, I'll often be the only person in the room, and I'll burst out laughing, and I know everyone will be offended. And I think, like, screw them, it's funny. Whatever. Now I'm distracted. Your sentences strike me as really unostentatious.
Thank you.
Like they're just very real. They're not, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are telling me that I write the way I talk, which I think is true, but it does. I do edit.
Oh yeah, of course.
So. But I do like the natural sounding sentences. Actually, you mentioned J.D. Salinger.